Hello everyone, and in today's video we have another build. This time it is for the Chargeblade. So for this build I'm using the Demon Lord Blade, which is Furious Rajang's Chargeblade, but for the purpose of this build you can put whatever you want in here and it should work just fine. For the charm, I have Handicraft Charm 5, which allows me to max out Handicraft fully, I believe. Right? Yep, it gives you maximum Handicraft right out the gate for having this maxed out. And again, as always, the equipment you choose to use, whether it's a mantle or one of the boosters, is completely optional. If you have a mantle with decorations in it, you will be able to put whatever you want in there completely to your design. For the chest piece, we have the Zora Headgear Alpha. This is mostly for the artillery, though the flinch free is never not liked in most builds, especially if you're playing with a friend or you're playing online and someone has a high trip weapon like the dual blades or the gun lance or the longsword. For the chest piece, we have the Frostfang Male B. This is what are the decorations are okay. For the male, this is for the attack boost level 3, although the punishing draw never hurt anyone. The gloves, we have the Ruinous Vambraces B. This is for the agitator and the attack boost. For the waist, we have the Golden Obi B for the weakness exploit. This is Rajang's waist, regular Rajang. And of course, Frostfang is Frostfang Barioth, and Ruinous Vambraces is I think the variant is Ruiner Nergigante. I think that's the name. I can't remember off the top of my head. And for the legs, we have the Garuga Greaves B, which is young Garuga's legs. This is for the 2 points in Critical Eye. For the actual decoration slots, we have Enhancer, which allows the Chargeblade's sword and shield when they're boosted, it allows it to last longer. The protective polish, of course, is so when you sharpen your weapon, it stays at maximum sharpness for a set period of time. I believe the time limit is a minute, but it could be longer or shorter. Do not quote me on the minute. For this jewel, we have Iron Wall and Attack. The guard isn't completely necessary, but since you have a shield and if you ever need an oh shit button where you have to block, the guard is always nice to have. But of course, we are mostly using this to get attack boost up to level 6. For this decoration slot, we have Capacity Boost, which enables you to have another Chargeblade file, which for the Chargeblade, especially if you're going for the Elemental Discharge move, which most people build around for the Chargeblade, this is a must. This slot has Critical Eye Plus, or Expert Jewel Plus, which is a level 4 decoration slot. This gives you 2 points into Critical Eye, which, again, crit and attack are always nice to slot in if you feel so inclined. This level 1 decoration slot is an attack boost jewel, but if you do not have an attack boost jewel or you don't want to slot it, you can always put in something else, whatever you want. This one isn't really needed, but you know, attack is attack as always. For this one, we have Quick Sheath, but the Quick Sheath Expert jewel that I have in here is mostly for the Critical Eye to get it that much higher, but Quick Sheath on a heavy weapon like the Chargeblade is always nice, so you can sheath it and run away, roll, or sharpen that much faster. For this slot, I have the Clutch Claw Boost jewel, which, as you can ascertain, this just makes it so you wound a monster part that much faster when you Clutch Claw mount the monster. This one is speed sharpening and critical eye. We mostly use this for the crit eye, but speed sharpening never hurt anyone to have, especially when you have the sharp jewel, which is protective polish. This jewel is critical boost, which because we have critical eye so high, we should slot this in so when we do crit, our crits hit that much harder. And lastly, this jewel can be whatever you want. If you are using an elementalist weapon, you can put non-elemental boost in. You could put another footing jewel. You could put another tenderizer. You could put critical draw. This one is a pivot jewel piece, but I just like not being able to get tremored. Even if it only affects minor ground tremors, it's still nice, especially if you need to block. You don't get tremored out of your block and hit anyways. And again, as always, the mantle jewels are completely up to you, which is why I always leave these two slots open and not filled, because it allows you to build whatever you want without feeling like you're pigeonholed into something by looking at this build. I myself would probably go for double challenger if I had another challenger jewel, which I might somewhere. You could also do Mind's Eye if you really want. You could do another Charger, or you could do Charger, which allows you to fill up your files faster. You could do another Power Prolonger if you want. You could do a KO Jewel. Since we have Punishing Draw, you could put whatever you want in here. And I like to have pivot pieces personally because they're just nice to have. This was a pretty short video in comparison to some of my other videos, but I hope you enjoy this build. I hope it serves you well in your hunts, and I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night. Goodbye!